You are standing completely still in the absolute center of a packed city subway station. You are surrounded by an aggressive, moving ocean of hundreds of rushing people. An endless stream of commuters walks past you in every single direction. The camera tightens on your position as the crowd thickens. Shoulder to shoulder, your body is continuously bumped and nudged. You are jostled by strangers who rush forward along the concrete platform. They pass right by you without ever making eye contact. A sudden, icy, deep blue visual tint washes completely over the frame. The color profile freezes you in place, separating you visually from the crowd. A cold, suffocating wave of profound isolation breaks over your consciousness. A glowing, geometric digital overlay of a human brain illuminates inside your head. The lines of a neural diagram look perfectly stable, calm, and balanced. Your conscious mind tries its best to assess the immediate situation. The geometric overlay flashes a bright green checkmark in your mind. Your modern intellect logically reminds you that there is absolutely nothing to fear. Your logic tells you that you are completely safe within the infrastructure of a modern city metropolis. Suddenly, the green checkmark icon shatters into jagged pieces. The background city lights dim rapidly into deep, heavy shadow. But the real answer is far stranger. The camera zooms deep into the back of your skull. The shot reveals a glowing red, hyperactive pulse radiating deep within. A small, almond-shaped structure glows nestled deep within your temporal lobe, the amygdala. An elegant, hand-drawn portrait of Dr. John Cacioppo appears on the left side of the screen. He is positioned adjacent to a detailed anatomical diagram mapping the human nervous system. The diagram explicitly outlines the body's internal biological response to social isolation. A split-screen comparison layout appears to contrast physical and emotional sensations. On the left, a hand directly touches a searing, glowing hot stove burner. On the right, a stylized human heart cracks open with a cold, hollow blue light. The modern subway station completely dissolves away into a thick cloud of smoke. The setting transitions back 50,000 years into the prehistoric past. A small, tightly knit prehistoric nomadic band of early humans appears. They are gathered closely together in a protective circle around a crackling campfire. The camera slowly pans across the close-knit group, highlighting intimate interactions. An elder human is shown gently sharing a piece of food with a young tribe member. A mother is carefully cradling a sleeping infant in her arms. Two hunters are working together in total harmony to sharpen flint tools. The scene cuts to a wide, cinematic establishing shot of the vast African savanna. The landscape is golden, open, and completely unforgiving at dusk. The tall, bone-dry grass sways aggressively under a heavy, darkening sky. A lone human ancestor appears in the absolute middle of the empty plain. He looks completely exposed, shivering visibly in the biting cold wind. He is frantically glancing over his shoulder into the expanding darkness. The camera tracks a massive, terrifying shadow creeping silently through the tall grass. A prehistoric saber-toothed cat stalks low to the ground just a few yards away. Its glowing yellow eyes lock completely onto the isolated, unprotected traveler. A visual metaphor appears inside the lone ancestor's head. An ancient, wooden mechanical smoke detector violently trips its internal alarm lever. The alarm sends bright red sparks flying straight through his nervous system. The prehistoric savanna dissolves back into the bustling modern city platform. Your own modern body is shown standing back in the center of the station. Your heart rate is visualized as an erratic, spiking red EKG line. The red line waves and pulses directly across the moving crowd of citizens. Your brain is shown undergoing a dramatic, completely involuntary neurological shift. The background drops in contrast as a bold, technical blueprint label stamps itself across the screen. The technical text reads in clear block letters, Hypervigilance for social threat. The scene transitions to a historical laboratory setting representing San Diego State University. Researchers are shown using advanced eye-tracking technology on a human volunteer. The volunteer sits completely still while staring directly at a massive wall of faces. The view switches instantly to a first-person perspective through a lonely brain. The camera rapidly and frantically darts across a room full of people at double speed. The camera completely ignores friendly eyes and relaxed expressions. Instead, it violently locks on slightly frowning mouths and narrowing eyes. Every everyday stranger walking past you on the street suddenly changes. They gain a faint, aggressive crimson outline around their moving silhouette. Your subconscious mind automatically reclassifies neutral citizens into hostile threats. A massive leather-bound anthropology textbook slams shut on a wooden table. Its pages flip rapidly until it lands on a highly detailed illustration. The drawing showcases the profound structural mismatch of modern urban architecture. The crowded downtown streets are shown from a high, vertical overhead drone angle. The sheer scale of thousands of intersecting paths fills the frame. The movement forms a chaotic, overwhelming grid of visual white noise. An interactive historical map expands to show a prehistoric tribal camp. Bright, solid golden lines connect every single face to show mutual recognition. The glowing grid represents deep shared lineage and absolute social safety. The map shifts instantly to a modern city skyscraper grid layout. The solid golden lines suddenly break apart into fragmented pieces. They transform into floating, unstable question marks over the city crowd. Every passing face is treated as a completely blank slate. Your survival brain flags each stranger as an unpredictable, dangerous variable. A close-up of an internal human artery shows blood cells flowing. Microscopic, glowing yellow droplets labeled cortisol slowly drip into your system. The chemical release causes the surrounding muscle tissue to visibly tighten up. A heartbreaking psychological paradox is visualized through a powerful metaphor. You are shown standing physically in a massive sea of human bodies, yet a thick, completely impenetrable wall of invisible glass surrounds you. The barrier cuts you off entirely from any real, warm human connection. The camera captures your physical body, instinctively reacting to the isolation. You pull your thick winter coat significantly tighter around your chest. You fold your arms defensively across your body. Your chin drops as you turn your gaze downward toward the dark floor. You step away from a group of laughing people into a quiet corner. A spectral, ghostly silhouette of a prehistoric apex predator appears. The translucent saber-toothed cat stalks through a row of modern office cubicles. It casts a long, ominous shadow over the modern desks and computer screens. The visual highlights an ancient threat haunting our contemporary workspaces. The harsh, cold blue tint over the subway station begins to lift. The cool tone is gradually replaced by a soft, warm, golden light. The light radiates down, illuminating your face as you close your eyes. You take a deep, slow, grounding breath to calm your nervous system. The final shot perfectly mirrors the exact framing of the opening scene. You are standing directly in the middle of the packed subway crowd. But this time, you proudly lift your head up. You comfortably look at the human faces surrounding you. A peaceful, glowing text overlay gently fades into the center of the frame. Find your tribe.